Interesting statement from the former long-time sporting director at Red Bull Racing, Jonathan Wheatley. Wheatley, of course, has joined Sauber, who are going to become Audi 4 next season, and he's left Red Bull when the team very much were in absolute chaos behind the scenes. And he's come out with a really interesting statement here, basically saying that the way Sauber is run is better in some areas than Red Bull. Red Bull, the team that have won 4 drivers' championships on the bounce, that have won 2 constructors' titles in recent times as well. And if you go back to the days of Sebastian Vettel, of course, they won 4 apiece of those. But let's have a look at what he said here, though, because, yeah, at the moment, it does seem as though Red Bull behind the scenes are very chaotic, you know. On the track, they've got one of the best cars, but off it, there's a lot of craziness happening. So let's have a look at what Wheatley's had to say about his switch to Sauber. Audi-owned Sauber is already better in some areas than Red Bull. That's the astonishing claim of Red Bull's former longtime sporting director, Jonathan Wheatley, who amid the Christian Horner-related turmoil last year, decided to accept an offer to be the new Audi team boss. This year, Sauber is in full transition ahead of its rebranding as the Audi Works team for 26 and beyond. However, the overall Audi boss Matteo Binotto warned several days ago that the German marque may not emerge with a fully competitive works engine next year. Indeed, Sauber has spent several years languishing at the bottom of the standings, although Nico Hülkenberg's B5 in Barcelona offered some hope and sent Alpine to the bottom of the standings. Lol. We want to be fully operational by 2030, said team boss Wheatley. And I'm pretty sure that Binotto as well, I think he has come out and said that they want to be challenging for the championships by 2030, which, as a brand as big as Audi are, that is what they have to be aiming for. They do have the classic 5-year plan. The sort of 3 words that any football fan will know, the 5-year plan, but they've very much got one. We have the most important ingredient for this. Our people are not only capable, but also highly motivated and passionate about their work. That was a surprise to me, the Britain told Germany's Sport Bild. Because the past few years haven't been easy, it would be easy to let our shoulders slump, but the people are full of enthusiasm. We now need to channel this energy into the right direction. It is believed some acrimony still exists between Wheatley's former boss at Red Bull, Christian Horner. The pair now go toe-to-toe in the F1 team principals meetings. When asked if he learned anything from Horner, Wheatley answered, "It wasn't just Christian, many people influenced me. I've had great managers and bad ones. I combine the experiences I've had as my time as a mechanic, sporting director, and ultimately with the things I'm experiencing now. I'm still learning every day. My most important rule is, and always will be, meet and treat everyone the way you want to be treated. I know the responsibility I bear, and I want to lead the way. Things will go wrong, but we mustn't let ourselves be deterred from our course." What is relatively clear is that Wheatley brings a lot of experience from Red Bull about how to structure a truly title-winning team. When asked what Audi can learn from Red Bull, he insisted it's about establishing clear processes. We need to make it clear to people where they stand, where their responsibilities begin and end, and what the reporting structure looks like. But by no means is everything bad. There are actually things that are running better here already than what I'm used to at Red Bull. One example he explains is the handling of traffic during qualifying. Communication with the operations room at the factory during Grand Prix is also improving. These things can make all the difference, and what I'm seeing gives me confidence. Interesting stuff from Mr. Wheatley. So there you go. I mean, that doesn't really scream to me as a dig at Red Bull. It just screams to me as being, well, not screams, but it just says to me that, you know, Sauber are being run well in some regards right now. I mean, I would say personally they have the worst car on the grid, but clearly their strategy department is working pretty well. You know, they are ahead of Alpine in the Constructors' Championship, and I'll highlight that for as long as that's going to be the case. I don't expect it to be the case for too much longer. But, you know, they are clearly overperforming, I would say, Sauber, at least in the hands of Nico Hülkenberg. Gabriel Bortoleto, he's still finding his feet in Formula 1. This will be a learning year for him, no doubt. And I'd like to see him score points, but I don't expect it in that car either because, frankly, it's not good enough, really. But somehow, the Hulk is absolutely smashing it. And that's the last pun I'm going to do in this video. But, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are Red Bull going to fall apart? Because that's my big question here, because you look at what's happened to them in terms of their staff. Wheatley's gone. He was a key sporting director. You've got Newey. He's gone to Aston Martin. Verstappen may well go one day too. You never know. And if Verstappen goes, there's kind of just Christian Horner left at that point, of the so-called dream team in a sense. You know, the team that dominated Formula One for a very short period. I'm not talking about, they're not on the level of Ferrari's dream team from back in the day, of course, but you know what I mean. It just seemed like everybody there was working so well. Even Perez got a runner-up in the Drivers' Championship in 23, I think it was, or 22, one of the two. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. And have a fantastic day wherever in the world today, and let's hope for a great race around Canada this weekend.